My name is Bonnie Ingram from CB Portraits, and I am creating a tutorial for the LSI forum. This tutorial is going to be on creating templates in Photoshop. You can create all kinds of templates, birth announcement templates, greeting cards, accordion book templates, but I'm going to show you how to create an album page. Use the same concept for no matter what kind of template you're creating. But we're just going to start by creating an album template. It's very easy, especially if you want just a simple classic look of a white background with larger images on it. If you like them really complicated like a lot of the designers do, it's easier probably to buy their templates, but if you just like the simple look to them, then make your own because it'll save you a lot of money. Alright, so the first thing you need to do is find out what size layout your printing company requires. They often will have a template for you to download that has the exact specifications, but if not, they will at least give you the dimensions that you need in order to create your own. So we're going to say that my printing company for a 10 by 10 album spread, which is what I'm going to create, is 20.25 inches by 10.25 inches. So what I need to do is create a canvas that is that exact dimension. So I'm going to come over here to File, New, and make sure that this, usually sometimes it's on pixels, make sure it's inches, and you're going to come over here, and I had already done this, so here I put in the width of 20.25, the height of 10.25, make sure your resolution is at 300, and click OK. And there I have a template in that exact size. You can go to image size to check that out and make sure it's the same, and it is. I should note I'm working in CS2, not the latest version of Photoshop, so I think everything should be the same. I need to upgrade, I know. I probably don't have any idea what I'm missing. Um, but just so you know, this is CS2. So now I need to create the trim lines because every printing company will trim some off the edges, and you need to be aware of where that line is so you don't put anything near the edge and get it cut off. So to do that, we're going to use rulers and guides, and I need to view your rulers. You go to View and come down here to Rulers, and there you can see my rulers. And then the guides are inside the rulers. So you come over here to your ruler, you click with your mouse and you drag, and you get all kinds of blue lines, and these are your guides. Now we don't want all these, we want them, but we want them in the right spot, and this is, obviously not the right spot. So if you want to get rid of them because you don't need them, you just make sure you're on the Move tool. You come over here to a line, see it turns into a double-edged arrow thing, and you want to click and drag it right off, and they disappear. So I'm going to drag all these off. Doop, doop, doop. And we're going to say that my printing company says that the trim line is 0.25 inches. So I need to create trim lines at that specific spot on my album. So you can see over here, I have my ruler. This is 1 inch, this is half an inch. There would be a quarter or 0.25 of an inch. So I'm going to take my, go over here to the ruler, click my mouse and drag to get a blue line, and I'm going to, I didn't get it, put it right there at 0.25, and I would do that from the top. I'd grab one and bring it down so it's at 0.25, exactly there, and then I'm going to do that for the other side. So I grab my ruler on the left, drag it all the way to the right, bring it right at 0.25, you can see that up there. I grab one and bring it down. It's exactly at 0.25. And there you can see I have my trim lines around the entire edge of my spread at 0.25 of an inch. And because this is a double page spread, I need to mark my middle line where the page crease would be. And that, if I divided this in half, would be about exactly 10.125. So I'm going to drop it right there. Now you can see I have my right hand side template or page and my left hand page. And now I have the template that I need to create all of my album spreads. So I want to make sure that this doesn't change. I don't want to accidentally move my lines around because that would throw off everything. So make sure that you work off a duplicate. Save this as your original, and so it doesn't accidentally get changed. So I'm going to go to Edit, or no, Image, Duplicate, and I'm going to work off a copy. I'll just downsize this for now. So this is my copy, and I should note that this is exactly, I can pull up the this is the exact one that I downloaded from my printing company, and it looks exactly the same as the one I just created, so it would have saved me time if I had just downloaded it from there. But there we have it, our template. So now I need to create the holes or the image blocks that I'm going to put each of my pictures in, and I can show you this is what I've a folder that I have that has a whole bunch of different spreads in it. The gray boxes are where my images would go. And you can see that some of them are large and horizontal, some of them are small and vertical, and I have a whole bunch of different options that I can choose, and I could create endless amounts of templates. We're going to right now create this one right here. So I'm just open that one up. It's going to be a horizontal image on one side and 2 vertical images on the other side. So let's go ahead and do that. Now, we need to make it exact. That's what's important. You need to, and the guidelines will help you do that. So we're going to be working on this page and creating a horizontal image block. So I need to drag my guidelines over there, and there's no set amount I'm dragging it. I'm just going to kind of be guessing here, and I can look at my rulers. I'm going to come in about 1 inch plus 1, 2 maybe. And then on the other side, I'm going to come in 1 inch. And remember that I'm starting from my trim line. I don't want to start from the edge. I'm going to start from my trim line when I start my measurement. Come 1 inch plus 1, 2, and you can see that right there. And then I need to come down and make my top and bottom guidelines. I'm going to come down, start here, and go 1 inch plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 maybe. And I need to get my bottom one. I'm going to start here and go 1 inch plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 little hash marks. And there I've created the opening. But as you can see, it looks more square. It doesn't look like a horizontal image block, which is what I was trying to create. So all I need to do is make sure that I'm on my move tool, come back over here, and I just need to bring my top and my bottom margins down a little bit more. So I'm going to bring it down maybe 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to bring my bottom one up more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now you can see that we've created the space for our horizontal image to go in. The next thing we have to do is define that space by creating a new layer. It's really important. You have to make sure that you have a new layer for each image block that you create. So you can see here in my layers, I'm going to come down here to this little icon, click make a new layer, and there it is. Layer 1, it's blank, there's nothing on it yet. So what we're going to do is select our rectangular marquee tool, and we're going to select that section. But the one thing we have to be really careful with is we want it to be exact, and it's going to be hard for me to get it exactly in there. There's margin for error. So the easy way to fix that is go to View, Snap to Guides. And that way my selection is going to snap to my guidelines, and I don't have to worry about it missing and not being precise. So I select and I drag right in that spot. There's my marching ants. And now I just need to fill it in. So I can come over here, select any color I want to, whatever color makes you happy while you're creating albums. I usually use light gray or something, but we'll use a darker color just for this example so you can see it. So I select a color, it doesn't matter. I go to my paint bucket, click inside and fill it in. And there you can see over here in my layers palette, I have my selection. And you can see a little red selection there in the icon. Deselect that, and there. Now I've created my template or my image block for the right-hand page. And then I would need to next do the 2 image blocks for the left-hand page. For the sake of time, I'm not going to actually do those right now, but let me pull that up so you can see it. There was my horizontal image that I created, and here are the two vertical ones. If you look over here in my layers palette, I have 3 different layers, just like I have 3 different image blocks. So you need to have a different layer for each image block, and each one is on their own layer. If you accidentally create 2 image blocks on the same layer, you'll have to redo that because it won't work. So now you can see that um, all you have to do is use more guidelines to create the images blocks on the other side. For example, I just dragged the guidelines in and made sure that the distance from here to here was the same as from here to here. Remember, this is my center page margin. The distance from here to here and here to here is the same, and it already would be because the guidelines are there from my right hand side page. The distance from here to here doesn't necessarily matter in this case. So I have everything lined up. Everything is exactly the way I want it to be. So I would just create a new layer, use my rectangular marquee, select it, fill it in with a paint color. I go back, create another layer, select the next area, fill it in, and I'm done. Now I would have 3 different layers with 3 different image blocks. If you have 10 image blocks, you need 10 layers. 1 image block, you need 1. So you need at least as many layers as you do image blocks. And that's it. The next easy part is just to stick the images in. That's the fun part. This is the hard part. Make sure you save this and you just work with copies so you don't mess this up, because you can keep using this over and over for however many albums that you want to do. So in the next tutorial, I will show you how to stick images into your album pages.